This is Decepticon Command, calling anyone viewing this video. This video is intended for adult collectors only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is FEDEX Draconis coming with you with another toy review video. This week's video is going to be the Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy Jetfire, number WFC S28. And judging by the box art on here, this is basically a massive figure. You know, basically the equivalent of air support for the Autobots on Cybertron. Now, for those of you that have followed the OG1 series, Jetfire before the war was a scientist. It even mentions that in the game War for Cybertron, as well as Fall of Cybertron. Sorry, getting all tongue-tied here. So he was a scientist beforehand, and according to in the G1 episode Fire in the Sky, where the Decepticons wind up finding the deactivated Jetfire in frozen stasis in the ice, and Starscream tells the tale of how they were explorers, scientists back in the day, and they came upon an uninhabited planet where they were investigating, and because of the strong winds in the polar region, Jetfire was knocked off course. Of course, after an exhaustive search, Starscream, was unable to find him. And of course, millions of years have passed while Jetfire was asleep. The war had started, between the Autobots and Decepticons. And of course, Starscream became Air Commander of the Decepticons. At this point, this is a different turn now, because that is no longer the case. Jetfire is now a warrior, at least in this variation here. So let's see here. So as you can tell from the box art, very, very impressive. He's got on this added on armor, which gives him a face mask or battle mask, as well as battle armor. I have to say I'm not all that impressed with the battle armor. I've seen a ton of different reviews on this. I can't say whether or not I'm going to put the battle armor on this figure. I'm just going to showcase the main body, do size comparisons and whatnot. But while I have the box in front of me, let me show you what we got. Wow, this thing is heavy. So naturally, we have the siege artwork here, and I still wish that Hasbro would make a long poster of this, especially of the Earthrise artwork as well. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry folks, had to go ahead and make some adjustments to the background. Alright, so now we got the product shots here. Okay, yeah, I had to go ahead and just put it back just a bit because this is a big box. And yes, I'm making some adjustments on the tripod as well. As you can tell, you got the obligatory product shots of him in jet mode, of him in robot mode with the battle armor, and of course in his G1 inspired or G1 animated inspired, form. Now, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to put that battle armor on him. One thing I do see though in the box is that he does have the blast effects. Now they can be, as you can tell in the illustration with the jet mode, in terms of blast modes, from his thrusters. At the same time, also, in robot mode, they can also be, part of his, from his weapons. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and take him out of the box. And the words of Optibotimus, let's see how cool he really is. Alright folks, there he is, and this bot is a beast. I mean, damn. I think if nothing else, this is a great replacement for Fantoy's Phoenix, which basically has the same look as his Skyfire here. It's as if they both jumped out on the TV screen. Man, and without even me zooming in, you can see that there is a lot of molded detail. You can tell that from the calves, the thighs, the chest, the arms, the back, the wings. Let's go ahead and turn this puppy around. Right there. I mean, damn. He is awesome looking. I mean, this is a really, really great figure so far. Now, again, with all figures, they have their pros and their cons. This one is no different. Now, I have seen other reviews of this particular bot. I am aware of them. But I have to say, experiencing it for myself, I can see where some delicacies need to be put into play. So one of the things that I noticed, in addition to the beauty and awesomeness of this figure, you also have certain issues. Now, one of them happens to be with the peg joint here. Yeah, it's got a nice little snap on there. The thing about it is, you have to push it down, but when taking off the weapons, that's where you're gonna have an issue. It's kind of a fight on this one, so you have to go ahead and twist it just a bit, and there we go. So it's a tight fit in those hands. Now, one thing about this particular weapon, there we go, and you can tell the molded details on this gives it that dual barrel blaster. But in addition, they become individual ones. It's just a matter of just twisting that there and twisting the rifle butt or the rifle handle there, and you can give them individual blasters, which and it is a tight fit. That's what he said. Yeah, I know, I'm an asshole. Hang on folks, I'm fighting with the stage here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on here real quick. Oh yeah. Let's line that up just a bit. Like so. So as you can tell, he's got the dual blasters on there, and he can shoot those off. He can also add on the blast effects, which I'll try and put those on, because he does have 2 sets of these blast effects. And the thing about it is, these blast effects do come apart like so. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put in one. And let me just adjust this out just a bit, and there you go. Boom, boom, bang, bang, baby. And I'm going to try and adjust the figure like so. Now, in addition to the blast effects and the dual blaster, he does have like a type of missile pods. Now we'll try and zoom in. Come on, focus, damn it. Shit. Fucking really? Thank you. Anyway, you can tell it's a type of really dark gray color. It's all molded. There's hardly any detail. Now, I do know Toy Hacks has a set of repo labels. I think, Patriot Prime had did a review of those, and for certain areas it looks great, in other areas not so much. So if I do wind up getting that type of set, definitely may be sporadic in using the labels themselves. And he comes with 2 sets of these things. Now, one goes on the back here in his thruster pack here. This also goes on to the ends of the wings here as well. So you get those. In addition, you also have these deals that where's that box? There it is. These go on the forearms. Now, as you can tell, they have some really good details on these. So they go on his forearms on either side. There is a peg for that. In addition, you also have this chest piece here. And if you remember from the box art that I showed you earlier, it shows him with the box art, but in addition, you also see the battle mask. I have to tell you, folks, this particular add-on is not to my liking, to tell you the truth. I am going to go ahead and see if I can try and get this damn thing off. There we go. So you get the battle mask that goes right there. And I'm going to go ahead and get him armored up. So let's go ahead and get that going. There he is, armored up, and I do not like it. I definitely do not like this. I am so sorry, folks. Even if I were to go ahead and just take off all that extraneous BS that Hasbro added onto this really great figure and just kept the face mask on, no, it just still will not work. I don't know what to say on this. I know Hasbro's trying to go ahead and do something different with this figure, you know, adding on the battle armor. And I think as an idea, it looked cool, but when it comes down to it, yeah, no, not so much. So I'm going to go ahead, take off the armor, and we'll go ahead and move on ahead. Oh, forgot about the mask. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look-see at him with the battle mask. And yeah, no. So let's take that off of him. And much better. I mean, I have to tell you, folks, that was not a good look for him. I'm sorry. So that is the first and only time that Jetfire will have this armor on here. I'm trying to see if there was a type of fan setup for this platform. I thought there was at one point. Let's see here. Thought there was at one point. Probably not. Which honestly kind of sucks, because you know, when it comes down to this, I mean, I'm pretty sure it could have been put together as a battle platform, just a standalone, if you have like a flight stand or something. Trying to think here. I think there is. Trying to see if I can put one on here, so you get a chance to look at Skyfire's amazing pudding. And there we go. And this, let me zoom out. And this is it. It's not much, but you're able to put all the pieces together like so. Now, so right here, I'm not sure, there you go. Right here, there is a slot, and you got this little tab right here that you put in on the sides. Now, for those that don't know already, and I'm going to show this off real quick. These two weapons are able to, there's a peg right here, there's a port right there on the side if it can catch the light, and then you just slide that on there. And you know, you just put that off to the side like I mentioned earlier. Now there is a small peg right here which will slide into this small port right here. Let's see. Now to see if there's anything else on here. I want to say, is there? No, it doesn't look like there is. I thought at one point that these cannons can be removed. It doesn't look like it. So once you snap those on there, and there you go. Like I said, this is a type of battle drone over here, and it's not bad looking. It's okay. As a battle drone, you know, it pretty much encapsulates, you know, I don't know if you want to say, use the word encapsulates. It pretty much puts them all together, and you can use it like a battle platform or battle drone. Put this with a flat stand of some kind and just have it like off to the side of Skyfire or whatever. But for right now, I'm just going to put this off to the side. There we go. Alright, now going back to Skyfire. And yeah, folks, that is the name I am going to call him from this point forward. Since, you know, that's what he resembles, the Skyfire from the G1 cartoons. Now, oh, one of the things that I did forget, when I put on the armor, a couple of things that you would need to do, especially that front armor. These two pieces here do flip open. Focus. Thank you. And they do flip open to, you know, to where you have, you know, type of brackets or pegs to snap into the back of this chest piece. So I'm going to go ahead and close those up like so. There. Alrighty. Now we are going to go ahead and move ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cheat a little bit. I want to pull out the instructions. I think I've only transformed this once or twice, so normally I'm able to pick up things, but it's, you know, seeing as how I just recently turned 50, so I'm an old man, I tend to forget shit. So bear with me while I look this over, then we'll get to transformation. Alright, now let's go ahead and get started with the transformation. So we're going to go ahead and remove the weapons. Oh yeah, one thing that I'm going to go ahead and show up before we get started. And come on, let go, let go. Ah, there we go. One thing that you will notice, and I think I mentioned it before, these when some of the weapons, they are super tight and they are a pain in the ass, especially with the hands. So let's go ahead and let's check out the articulation. Now his head can look up, cannot look down, but it can look left, right, all the way around. Now I don't know if anyone's noticed, there is a little hole for light piping. The only problem is, unless you have a light pointing overhead, that light piping is not going to show off, mostly because of his backpack. It's alright though. We all know he's an Autobot. Which brings me to the subject of a gimmick that he has on here. Which is this chest piece. Now, if you're able to go ahead and flip it open, and you reveal the Decepticon shield that he once wore. And I have to say, that's a very cool gimmick to actually have, especially for this particular character. Considering that he in the G1 episode Fire in the Sky, where where the Decepticons were basically channeling energy from the North Pole via this large crystal. In the process of trying to uncover that crystal to tap more energy, they wind up uncovering the frozen body of Skyfire. Starscream, was trying to go ahead and revive him. Megatron, curious as to why would he put so much effort into reviving, this bot. Starscream tells him of this tale of when him and Skyfire were scientists, explorers before the war with the Autobots. And in their explorations, they come upon, a lifeless planet known as Earth. At that time, it was unknown to them. And, they were checking it out when polar winds wind up veering Skyfire out of course as well as out of control, and he winds up crash landing. Of course, Starscream was unable to find him after doing an exhaustive search, and then he could never find him again until now. And at that point, they make him a Decepticon. So, as the story progresses in the episode, Skyfire sees how much Starscream had changed, and and he decides to go ahead and switch sides, and he becomes an Autobot at that point. So, hence this little gimmick here, which, like I said before, it is a cool gimmick. I like it. Gives you that ability to just go ahead and replay that particular episode. So, I mean, if you have the original series on DVD, or you're streaming it through like Netflix or Tubi, the Tubi TV app is a good one to go to. You're able to see the entire original G1 animated series. And yes, that sounds like either a fire engine or an ambulance that is speeding across the highway that I live close by. But like I said, this is a pretty cool gimmick. Another thing, as you may have already noticed, his hands are not one piece. His hands can open up. One thing that you will probably notice, I'm going to go ahead and bring that forward here, is you have, come on, focus, thank you. As you notice, the hands are molded, but not entirely, and you can tell there is that peg hole for his weapon. But when you open it up, ta-da, it disappears. Where did it go? Boom! It opens up again when you close it. So that's an interesting gimmick. One thing that you will notice, I don't know if it's just with mine, but I have heard complaints that that the hands do not peg in all too well. It's been a royal pain in the rear, as a matter of fact. But other than that, you have that. Let me continue on with the demonstration of this figure. Now, as you have already noticed, the hand can swivel, it can open up. There is some really loud, tight ratchets on this thing. As you can tell from the hand, you have these little outputs here, but you do have a bicep swivel, an elbow bend at 90 degrees. Whoa, come on. Alrighty. Okay, so that's another thing too. That it's able to do a wide stance, but you have to be very careful on this, because I mean, you don't want it too wide. Now his arm, that's a good tight ratchet. Can go up 90 degrees or almost 90 degrees, and can go 360 at the very least. Can go out. Oops, sorry folks. Can go out, and that's another thing too, that these panels do not stay on there. He does have a waistband, very tight though. Whew. Good gravy. I'm afraid that I'm gonna wind up breaking it by accident. There goes $70 down the drain. That's another thing too. I think this was like about $80-85 retail, so I got a good discount in this case. He does have hip skirts right here, and he can kick off to the side. As a matter of fact, let's see, and he's got some good articulation there. Man, so he can do that kung fu kick. Well, if it can stay in place, you gotta have it at a certain angle. Like so. Let me see, can I do... Nope. Can't do it that way. Yeah, there we go. Boom. So I was trying to get a good angle. But yeah, he's got a good balance on there. It's just a matter of trying to get him on there. He can kick up. He's got a good ratchet. Stable on there. However, off to the side does have somewhat of... It can stay up in a way. Like I said, it can kick up. He's got a soft ratchet for his knee, can bend at 90 degrees. He can kick back, but only so far because of his backpack. And he's got a ankle tilt, and I think I had demonstrated that earlier. I'm going to try that again. There we go, like so. And now, one thing that I do want to mention is when transforming it, you have to go ahead and put certain things flush. This will be the ankles. Once you snap them in there, they are hard as hell to unlock. And I mean, the couple of times that I've transformed this, and when I try to go ahead and put in a white stance and get that ankle tilt to bend, oh my god, I was afraid I was going to break it. So, yeah. Whew. So do be careful when handling this, you know. And the last thing I want for anyone, you know, whether it's a novice or an actual collector, is to accidentally break their figure. It's not fun. It's a pain in the ass. It's frustrating. I've had that happen to me a couple of times. I think I had a third-party Evasion Mode Optimus that was colored in Black Convoy colors. You know, the gray, the teal, all those colors, and I think the arm broke off on that one. So I think I did create a review of it, but I also put a warning to just be careful when handling these figures. Okay, sorry folks, I was just taking a swig here. But yes, be careful when you're handling your figures, because you know, these are all basically plastic. Some of them are very well done, very high quality plastic on some of them, but at the same time, plastic does break. So, alright, so moving on. I think I got everything on there. As you can see, as the light hits the figure, he's got a lot of good molding, molded detail on him, from his shoulders to his chest, the back of him. Just really awesome on there. Like I mentioned before, Toy Hacks does have a set of repo labels for this. I'm going to review a couple more of Toy Hacks label reviews. I'm going to look over Patriot Prime's review on this, and also look on how they labeled the figure. Because honestly, if you use every one of those labels, I'd say it's just a bit of overkill. So but again, as MGO says, it's your toy. Display them or put whatever labels on them that you want to. I'm just telling you what I would do in my case. So we're gonna go ahead and done enough blathering here. So we're gonna go ahead and see about doing some transformation here. Now I'm gonna go at this slowly, and I'm gonna use the instructions. Like I said, I've only tried this twice. The first time on my own, and I nearly broke it that first time around, so I'm not gonna do that again. So one of the first steps is we're gonna go ahead and basically point the wingtips up. So I'll pull that up like so. We're gonna go ahead and put the wingtips like that. I'm gonna do the same on the other side, if it will. Ooh, hang on. There we go. Much better. Alright, so okay. So we gotta pull this down like so. And I think there's another piece somewhere on here that is supposed to let's see. There we go. Yes, there is another piece that's supposed to go out like so. And that's one wing down. I'll do the other one. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right. So we got both wings. We got to pull them down like that. Ta-da! All right. So turn him back around. Alright, so now alright folks, so now we got the legs spread open, and we gotta go ahead and turn him around. All right. And there it is. Sorry folks, had to go ahead and look for my readers. Alright, so we need to go ahead and come over here to the sides here. Now there is a tab Oh, right here. And if I can open this up. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Man, that was a pain in the rear. Okay, so we got this back thruster and alright. So now we gotta go ahead and there is a tab right here, focus, tab right here, and a port right there. And we'll just go ahead and snap that in. Now we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So we're going to pull this and open. There we go. See, like I said, you got to be mindful of how much pressure you put for some of these figures, because the last thing you want to do is bust up your figure. Now, as you can tell, it's already starting to do it on its own. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and move the legs, the upper thighs within the calves. And there is a handle right here. Not a handle, but you know, a type of slider that goes in there. There we go. One thing we need to do before we move ahead, and I think this has something to do with the... Yes, okay. Okay, so let's see here. Alright, let me look over this real quick. Okay, so now there is... Okay, now this back piece on the back of the thruster here, that has to go up and oops, and down, so like so. Now this is where these pieces, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to be that far off. I'm trying to get this, whoa, okay. Whoop, sorry. Alright, so this oof. Alrighty, there is something that I am not, or maybe I am. Ah, there we go. I think I got it. So now I'm not sure if anyone saw this, but there is a peg right inside this thruster that connects to this one back here. So that's what we're trying to do right now. Yes, there we go. Okay, ta-da. Alrighty, and there's gotta be something else that I'm missing. I'm missing something here. And oops, and hook this. Oh, I think that is it. Okay. Yep. Never mind. Never mind. I thought there was something else to it. There we go. Okay. Now. Alright, hang on. I'm going to go ahead and switch the angle. Hold on. Okay, folks. There it is. Take me a bit of messing with it. One of the things that I had an issue with were the hands here. So I'm going to go ahead and basically show you exactly what I did. So one of the things that needed to be done, okay, was the hands need to be gone ahead and unlatched. Now they need to go in here, but again, you got this block here. So what you need to do is pull this out, slide the hand in, and there you go. And then, of course, you do the same with the other hand here, which is already done. Then you slide these elbows in here, and boom, in they go. Now, one other thing that you need to do, there is a, I don't know if anyone's noticed it, but there's a lot of white. There's a small tab right here. There's a port right there. In addition, there's a small tab right here, and there is a port right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to tab both of the forearms together. Oh, and one other thing, something that, tight as hell. This little bit right here needs to go down until it's flushed against this, against the bicep here. So once that's done, you're going to go ahead and tab those together, like so, and then tab the other two, if you can get it in there. I had it in there before, but I had to, oh, there we go. Okay. Oof. So, yeah. Then these handles go up like so. So now we're getting close to the end of his vehicle transformation. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and so these two panels here we have to peg in like so. Oh, sorry. Let's try that again. So these two panels, come on, let go, thank you. Alright, so these two panels, they got to peg in to this little peg that I'm pointing at here. There is a slot right inside here, and boom, there they are. Now the next thing that needs to be done is there is a let's say, where's that? It's showing that there is a slot somewhere on here. Oh, okay, I see it. So, hang on, I need to adjust. There we go. So there is a slot here and here. There's tabs right here and right here. So those are going to be on that. And I think I got it. I think. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing again. This tab right here, it's going to go into this slot right up here. So alrighty, and alright, now another thing, we need to go ahead and put these toe panels here and here and there. Boom, that slides those in. Now one other thing here. Man, this thing is forking huge. Oh yes. There's also landing gear. So there is a little slot right here, and if you have fingernails, you can just pull those down from back here, and there is one right here up front. And again, if you have, come on, there we go, ta-da, and good gravy. All right, hang on. Whoa. Come on. Thank you. As you can tell, I don't have a whole hell of a lot of room on here. But there he is in his jet mode. And I'm going to pull the tail fins just a little open there. And damn. I said it once and I'll say it again. This thing is a fucking beast. Alright. Oh. Now, something about that weapons pod that I mentioned to you earlier. I'm going to try and make sure this is put together properly. Alright. Oh. One thing that I forgot to do here, and let me just pull that together here. Alright, this double barrel weapon here is supposed to go in the weapons pod. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, okay. So there's some tabs right here, and there's some slots right here. So that goes in here like so, and boom. There goes the complete weapons array. And it's not bad looking. I like it, you know, as a weapons array. As extra armor for Skyfire, not so much. So put that off to the side, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. Now, of course, you do have the option of putting this weapons array up here on the top, and that'll be using his peg over here, or his, you know, handle, and boom, there you go. But yeah, no. So there, I mean, there he is with his weapons array there. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to take this off of him, because if I remember one review previously, and there goes one of the weapons. Come on, let go. Thank you. Oh, blasted. Yeah, I don't have a big table to put my display on. I mean, I do, but the light's not good there. What I may need to do is just put a different, a different just pretty much put it on a much more larger surface, get some decent lights. Again, it's the beginning of the new year. Backdrop was going to be one of them. Oh yeah, there was also a couple of other gimmicks on this figure. One thing that, pull these wings back up. There we go. One of the things that I was going to also show off is the canopy can open up. If I can get it open, there we go. So there's this, there we go. You have this little internal mechanism, but at the same time you can put a Prime Master on here. Now, of course, do not have a Prime Master on hand. Well, actually, I think I do. So, hang on a sec. Yeah. Alright. Oh! Oops, sorry. Oh. So, one thing. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and get. There we go. Oh. Sorry, when you get old, moving around is a button and a half. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the Prime Master Cloudburst. If I can ever get him out of there. There we go. Or as he was known in Super God Master Force as FEDEX. Kind of ironic, huh? Alrighty, so wanted to gain a call from a telemarketer that interrupted my recording. Ain't that a motherfucker? Anyway, so there is Cloudburst or FEDEX, whichever you prefer. I'll put him in there, put that in there, and boom, you got him all set up. I'm trying to see. There's. There we go. Much better. I was about to say. Okay, so there's that window there. And there is. There is FEDEX. Now, in addition to that, I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I thought that... Oh, blast it. Screw it. I'm not going to worry about it. I thought that there was... I thought that this opened up as well. Because it looks like there was... I thought that there was an opening here. It doesn't look like it is. If there is, someone tell me, because I'm not seeing it. But one of the other gimmicks is underneath here, and that's the handles that you have right here. In addition, you also have handles that pull up right here, and that's for the figures that, you know, the other siege figures can can go ahead and hang on to while he goes ahead and takes off. So I mean, other than that, whoa, okay, you know what, okay, that's it. Give me a moment to fix things up. I'm going to transform. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this figure. Okay, so here we have them all back in robot mode, and we're going to do a little bit of a size comparison. So here we have the you know, the, oh my goodness, the Commander class Skyfire, along with I believe it is Leader class, or correct me if I'm wrong, Leader class or Voyager class Ultra Magnus, along with the much more smaller Sideswipe. And they seem to scale pretty well despite the size. You know, articulation is great in terms of the figure. It's a cool yeah, it's a cool figure. Like I said, it's as if he stepped out of the TV screen. Another size comparison, in addition to Ultra Magnus as well as Sideswipe, is his Generations mate, or I should say his precursor Generations version of Jetfire, or Skyfire, is Generations Jetfire. And man, they are as different as night and day. But the thing about it is that mask really works well with this version. You know, this is the Takara version. The first one that I had reviewed was was Transformers Generations Jetfire, but he was all chromed out, even though the illustration showed, you know, the black, you know, barrels and stuff like that. This is the Takara version. I was lucky to get him. I actually got these two, you know, from Buddy's Toys and Collectibles. They have a new location here on Bandera, close to downtown San Antonio. They also have their original location on Thousand Oaks, also in downtown San Antonio. So if you happen to be by there, if you've seen the video and, you know, you go over there, just make a mention that you heard about them through this video, and Buddy will give you a percentage off of your your toy purchase. So, you know, a little bit of incentive there. But you know, like I said, this particular version of Jetfire here is a far cry from this version. However, this version, you can tell the designers really wanted to get that that cartoon look in this case. So they knocked it out of the park with this one. They really did, just like this one. You know, in any case, if you're trying to catch up with, you know, your Siege figures and you haven't gotten this one yet, I definitely would recommend getting it. It is a great figure. It is a solid figure. Just be mindful of certain areas, you know, like the feet, the hands. The hands will unpeg, especially when you're switching out weapons and stuff. If you wish to use this this nightmare of a body armor and weapon accessory array, by all means go for it. Me myself, what you just saw in this video will be the first and only time that this figure will actually wear this. The only thing that he'll pretty much have at all times is this double barrel cannon. Put that off to the side there. So yeah, that would be the only thing that he would utilize. So at this point, I really don't see any. I was trying to put the blast effects on, you know, Generations Jetfire. It's not going to work out. But nonetheless, if you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, leave them in the description, or I should say in the comment section down below. Like, share this video, subscribe to the channel. It will do this channel a world of good. Ring the notification bells so that way you're alerted to new videos as they come out. Sign up for my Patreon. I do have a Patreon account. This video will show up on there pretty much at the same time that I air this video as well. Now, in addition, if you wish to contribute to the channel in any way, shape, or form, again, there's my Patreon account. In addition, I also have a P.O. box. So if you wish to go ahead and send me letters, you know, letters, drawings, whatever the case may be, by all means, go ahead. I'm going to leave all that in the description box down below. So there he is. You know, Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Jetfire, or as he'll now be referred to among my collection as Skyfire. So this is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.